Thanks for joining. In this lesson we will practice with comma operator and increment-decrement. We will see how it works in JavaScript. If you have any questions or need clarification along the way, feel free to comment below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting lessons like this. Let's jump right in and start learning. And now let's discuss one of the interesting comma operators, which is the parenthesized expression in JavaScript. The purpose of grouping expression using the comma operator is primarily to control the evaluation order of the expressions and to group them together for readability or syntactical reasons. It allows you to specify multiple expressions within a single statement or construct, while indicating that only the value of the rightmost expression should be considered. So actually, what I just mentioned doesn't completely apply to the comma parenthesized expression. To comprehend it, we need to see what JavaScript provides after the code is executed. This code declares a math expression of 2 plus 3, then 4 multiplied by 5, and then the hello string. What do you think will be printed out? We will get hello. Speaking of the previous lesson, as you remember, the grouping operators has the highest precedence 18, so the expression in parentheses is the first to be evaluated, and the comma operator has the lowest precedence 1. And the most important thing that the comma is evaluated from left to right. So first will be evaluated 2 plus 3, then 4 multiplied by 5, and finally hello, which will be the actual assignments to the variable as the value. I have included both versions with const and let just in case, and both behave similarly. But with next example we will see the output 4. So the expression in the middle of the parenthesis, which is x multiplied by 2, will be skipped, and x minus 1 will retain the link to the initial value of x, which is 5, so we get 5 minus 1. And as you can see, with next example happens exactly the same thing. b multiplied by 2 is ignored, and the initial value is taken by JavaScript to evaluate b minus 1. It was just a reminder of the previous lesson about operators, precedence, and the interesting things that happen in JavaScript. It's important to note that the comma operator can be used in various ways and can have different effects depending on the context. And this example with the for loop also illustrates the comma usage. We will have a lesson soon about the for loops. Now let's switch to the next topic, which is increment and decrement. In JavaScript, the increment and decrement operators are used to increase or decrease the value of variable by 1. They come in two forms: pre-increment or pre-decrement and post-increment or post-decrement. Increment and decrement operators are widely used as they are a convenient way to mutate a value. And what the mutate does mean, I'll explain in a bit. First things first. So let's see the first example. We initialize variable x with a value of 5. Then we see these pluses and minuses, and again, to understand the required, we refer to the previous lesson discussion and the table on the right part of the screen to understand the precedence and associativity, which is, by the way, not applicable for these operators. Okay, the x++ statement is a post-increment operator. It increments the value of x by 1, but returns the original value after the increment. So the expression x++ evaluates to 5 first, and only then will be increased by 1. So virtually, we can say that the number 5 will be incremented on the next line after the very first console log. Of course, it's happening differently, but for your better understanding, let's presume that when the program has processed the console log statement, the value was changed from 5 to 6. Then we have the minus minus x statement, which is pre-decrement operator. It decrements the value of x by 1 and returns the updated value. So the expression minus minus x evaluates back to 5, since the minus minus operator is the decrement which will reduce the initial value by 1. So after the minus minus x statement, the value of x becomes 5 again. But this operator will provide us the changed value immediately. So the order of the operators plus plus and minus minus relative to the position of the variable x, whether it's on the right side, which is post-increment, or if it's located on the left side of the variable, which is pre-increment. This position determines whether the increment or decrement is performed before or after the expression is evaluated. In the case x++ is a post-increment and minus minus x is pre-decrement. With the next simple post-increment examples, we see that the value of x was increased by 3 using post-increment operator plus plus, then it was decreased by 3 using post-decrement minus minus. One important aspect to remember: in JavaScript, the increment and decrement operators are designed to work in variables, not directly on values. The ++ operator expects an assignable reference, which means it needs a storage allocation in memory to perform the increment operator. That's why we need a variable for these operations. When you just write 5++, you're trying to increment the literal value of 5, which is not a valid target for the increment operator because it doesn't refer to a storage location. Therefore, you will encounter a syntax error if you try to use the ++ or - operator on a literal value directly. To use the increment operator, you need to assign the value to a variable and then apply the operator to that variable. Next few examples will demonstrate the same behavior what we just discussed. So the example y is equal to 5 is incremented using post increment ++, and the updated value will be returned only with the second console log. Next example, z is equal to 10, will provide the same behavior, but it will be decremented. Now let's see variables assignments. First, we assign the variable 1 the value of 5, and the next string using the pre-increment we increase the value by 1 and store it in the variable 2. Then on the third line we use the pre-decrement on the value of the variable 2 and store it in the variable 3. With next example we will see the operator precedence, and since the increment and decrement operators have higher precedence over the multiplication, the num++ will be increased first, then it will be multiplied by 2 and the num++ value will be mutated. Now, as promised, what is mutation? Let's consider the example. We declare a variable named noMutant using the let keyword and assign the value of 1 to it. Then we assign an expression to the variable storage that takes the value of noMutant and adds 1 to it. This expression evaluates to 2, therefore the value of 2 is assigned to the storage variable. If we use console log to output the value of noMutant variable, we will see that it still holds its initial assigned value, which is 1. Consequently, the noMutant variable has retained its original value and hasn't been modified. The calculation of noMutant +1 is only used to assign a value to storage. It doesn't alter the value of noMutant in any way. The value of noMutant remains unchanged throughout the code. In the next example, if we apply the increment operator to the mutant variable and store the result in the store variable, we will observe that the value of mutant has been mutated. The initial value of mutant, which was 1, became 2 due to the increment operator. Thus, we have altered the original value of mutant, resulting in a mutation. And to finalize operators, let's discuss compound assignment operators in JavaScript. Compound assignment operators are shorthand notation that combine an arithmetic or bitwise operation with an assignment operator in a single expression. They provide a concise way to perform calculations and update variables' values in a single statement. These compound assignment operators provide a more concise and readable way to perform common arithmetic or bitwise operation while updating variable values in a single step. They are particularly useful when you want to modify a variable based on its current value. And let's see examples and how it works. So the first example is a plus equal 3, and let's break down step by step. First, we assigned a value of 2 to the variable a. On the next line, the current value of a is evaluated, which is still 2. Then the value on the right-hand side of the plus equal operator is evaluated, which is 3. The addition operator is performed between the current value of a, which is 2, and the value on the right side, which is 3, resulting in 5. The result of the addition 5 is assigned back to a, updating its value using assignment operator. Indeed, the evaluation order remains the same for other compound assignment operators as well, like minus equal, multiply equal, and so on. The left-hand side expression is evaluated first, followed by the right-hand side expression. Then the specific operation corresponding to the operator is performed, and the result is assigned back to the variable on the left-hand side. This consistent order of evaluation ensures predictable and expected behavior when using compound assignment operators. And the common question why we cannot use equal plus. And the answer is simple. If we were to use equal plus 7, it would result in assignment the value of the integer plus 7 to the variable, rather than the performing the addition operation. The order of symbols equal and plus is crucial in determining the behavior of the expression. Compound assignment operators are useful when you want to update a variable by performing an operation on the current value that allow you to to write shorter and more readable code by combining the operation and assignment in a single expression. And as always, assignments. At the conclusion of each lesson, I highly encourage you to complete the assignments as they will greatly contribute to your progress in JavaScript. By consistently practicing, you will see faster results in your learning journey. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or you need further assistance, feel free to comment below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more great coding content. Stay updated with the latest videos by ringing the notification bell. Happy coding!